best known as the frontman for iconic rock band Midnight Oil, Peter Garrett has also traversed the worlds of activism and politics, even serving as a Labor MP and minister for almost a decade.
I'm going to do my very best in Canberra to make sure that that confidence has been well placed.
Using his music to shine a light on issues from climate change to First Nations rights. Now, Peter is banding together with some of the country's best musicians in the lead up to the Voice referendum, championing the Yes campaign.
Constitutional recognition for First Nations people is the next big step that we need to take in building a democracy which shows tolerance and respect to the people who are here first.
Sounds simple. Walk for Yes events are happening across the country this weekend, and Peter Garrett himself will be taking the stage. He joins us now, though.
Hi, team.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Happy Friday.
Yes.
And tell us
Go
why...
Demons.
Well, go. Okay. Here
Got
we
stuck in the
go.
traffic. But
Yeah. We will get to that. But first off, I want to know, why are you voting yes?
I think it's one of the most important decisions that we're all going to make in our lifetime. It's not really so much the politics of it, but the national interest of it. Getting something right for a change, giving Indigenous Australians an opportunity to provide advice to the Parliament. And it's just an advisory body. That's all the Voice is. I mean, there's been a lot of white noise about it, but it's just an advisory body. It was an idea that they brought forward. A majority of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, leaders, people in communities. And what we've been doing up to now as a country, you know, it just hasn't cut the mustard in terms of closing the gap of disadvantage. So I'll be voting yes, and I'll be really encouraging my fellow Australians to vote yes as well, because I think we have an opportunity to do something positive. It's modest, but it should be a step forward.
Yeah, well said, Peter. Now, if you think about it, you are right in the Venn diagram of both politics and music. I think there's
I've
you...
felt that occasionally.
Yeah. There's you and Scott Morrison with a ukulele. You two are the ones in the middle. I'll take you over it, though.
Yeah, no. I'd go back and listen to Dragon any day.
But what do you think can affect change better, music or politics?
Look, it's both. The thing about music is it works at an emotional level. I mean, with the oils, yeah, you get substance, sure, and we're pushing it out. But at the same time, it's the rhythm, it's the sound, it's the memories it evokes, it's the possibilities that it suggests. Politics is much more than nuts and bolts of getting stuff done. Quite often you're trying to really encourage the political system to change course, to do something brave or something good. So I don't think it's an either-or proposition. I think it's all part of the big human experience.
Peter, we are getting closer and closer to the referendum date, October 14. Are you feeling optimistic about the vote?
No, I'm not, Michael. I think that there's been such a strong campaign which has raised a lot of questions in people's minds as to what's actually going on. And all I would say to people is, hey, you know, the beautiful thing about our democracy is you get a chance to make a decision like this once in a while. Have a look at what's actually being proposed. You know, just read it. It takes about 4.5 or 5 minutes, and then make up your mind. And I think that if people do that, people of goodwill, people who are prepared to sort of set back from all of this that's going on, will say, you know what, I think this could be really good for us. But at the moment, the polls aren't going in the right direction, which is why it's important for us to sort of, you know, keep the faith, as it were, and also play these shows, do the marches, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbours, do whatever you can, really.
Well, Beds of Burning came out in the 1980s, which, of course, you know, goes into the fight for talking about the forcible removal of Indigenous people from their country. How does that kind of put things into perspective for you now, leading into this referendum? So many decades later, we're still kind of having these conversations.
Yeah, you know, Georgie, I really think that the connections that we made with Aboriginal Australia deepened us as a band. Frankly, it made us better people, more aware of our country, and it gave us something which we never would have got if we were just chasing the Holy Grail. It also made us understand a little bit what had happened, how, you know, families basically got split up, how people got their land nicked off them, how the sort of psychic response to that has been, you know, generations and generations of disadvantage, of young guys in prison too early, of kids not finishing school, and so on and so forth. So I think it was a really big part of Midnight Oil's career, if you like. It was something which we didn't fully expect to happen, but it's something which is elemental to how we see ourselves as an Australian band. And I guess, you know, when you talk about when Beds came out, people sort of were a little bit, oh, what's this song about? Then they got it, then they went with it to some extent, and I'm hoping the same thing will happen with The Voice.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can head to our website to find out more about this weekend's Walk for Yes events and where you can catch Peter before we let you go, Margin and who's going to win tonight, Blues, D's.
You know what? I mean, I'm a bit of a Maxi Gawn fan for obvious reasons.
Yeah, he's great.
So, you know, and I mean, they've won once before. They had it, you know, back there, but there was no one around to share the magic. So I'm hoping they'll get up.
OK, all right, you heard it. Peter Garrett, please thank him.